there's some people that are, I have to read it. I have to have the paper in my hands. I'm a listener, and, I'll take a long drive and just consume content. So figure out how you do it most efficiently and do that.
I'm joined today by Pam Meissner, who is the COO and CFO of Cathcap. Thank you so much for joining us, Pam.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
We're talking about learning continuously, and I heard a little birdie told me that in your mastermind group, they call you the book lady.
It makes me sound like I'm like, some spinster sitting in a corner, but yes, they do. Mm-hmm.
Now, I try to read a lot too. I'm in the morning, I need my coffee, and I started trying to use that time in a better way than just going through social media. How do you decide on which books you're going to read, and how do you decide which ones to recommend to others?
I talk to people like you. Like, what are you reading now? I share what I'm currently targeting to learn. And then I'm constantly discovering as I go through things. I'm like, oh, that's interesting, because, anything that you do, anything that you learn, they always refer you to something else. And so, I can't get enough of different kinds of books. And I like to keep it balanced between, mindset and personal growth and technical growth. And I'm going to say you throw in a trashy novel from time to time.
Do you have any particular books that you're either reading right now and enjoying, or some classics that you recommend to somebody who might not have had that much time for reading and is trying to pick it up now?
The first thing I recommend to my clients, particularly as their career progresses, is The Coaching Habit. Absolutely, hands down, great book. Every fourth page is a quote, so it's a quick consumption, but it really tells you how to coach and how to lead. Love it. The second one is The Speed of Trust, and I think people misunderstand what trust is. And there's two schools. You give trust until they show you that they haven't earned it, or they have to earn it, right? And a lot of leaders think, show me and then I'll believe it, right? But The Speed of Trust is by Covey and the son, not the father. And he really explores the components of trust. So one is character and the other is competency. But he also says you can't trust more than you trust yourself. And he puts the responsibility for building trust on the leader. And as a finance person, organizations with high trust get dividends. They move faster. Organizations with low trust, they get taxed. And I see it all the time. And I truly believe it starts at the top. I mean, I love some of the ones that you love, The Go-Giver and things like that. Another topic that I've gotten really curious about is letting go. People will tell you, oh, just let it go, Pam. Let it go, Jen. And you're like, how do you do that? And so I've read a lot about letting go, and it's transformative. Absolutely transformative.
I think you've given us some really good ones. What would you say to somebody who wants to create a reading habit? I mean, it sounds like you're an avid reader. If you were going to work that into your schedule for the first time, I mean, we're always talking about point one. I mean, you can read a chapter of a book, or read a page, or open up to a random page and read it in point one. It's better than not getting a chance to read the book. And then there are some summaries available, and you mentioned Audible.
Take it to ChatGPT. Give me a summary of this. In other words, is it worth me reading this book, right? Or give me four books on this topic. There's some people that are, I have to read it. I have to have the paper in my hands. I'm a listener, and I'll take a long drive and just consume content. So figure out how you do it most efficiently and do that, and break it down into point ones if you need to, or hit two birds with one stone and do it when you're working out.
Very good idea.
Or if you don't have the time, use ChatGPT and get the cliff notes.
At least you get the high points, right?
Right.
Right. Well, at least it's a good way to get started. And then maybe once you learn some of those lessons, you realize that it might be worth making the time to read the book. So thank you very much. I think that is so helpful to everybody listening and gives everybody a way to get started right away.
Yes, you're welcome.